There's no doubt addiction can be a heart-wrenching, endless cycle that can destroy self-esteem and ruin relationships. And because all recovery programs are not the same, positive change can be challenging to everyone involved. The Missing Link Foundation in Northford offers a different approach and provides a holistic and alternative approach to fight substance abuse, alcoholism, and other kinds of addiction. Joining me now are Eli Zamari. How'd I do?
Very good.
Was it close enough?
I'm very proud of you.
He's a coach and founder of the Missing Link Foundation, along with one of his clients, Shannon Kokoro. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Eli, let's start off first. Tell us why you started the Missing Link.
Well, I'm a life coach, and I used to work with different companies, different rehab places, and I saw there's kind of like a missing link or missing, kind of part of that whole thing. So I tried to go in a different approach, which is more holistic and non-traditional. And I found out the result was amazingly, much better result. And I was like connecting with people better. And I saw people are going from like being stuck with that addiction. It could be anything. Addiction could be a problem with their life, stress, anxiety, whatever. And I found out that my approach was more kind of help them finding who they are, like the within part. And the more I did this, the better result I get. So I decided to go with that.
I see, and we have some pictures. It's located in a beautiful location in Northford. Let's take a look.
And this is the outside of the building. It's a beautiful facility. It's like a retreat. That's what we, and this is the pond. We were overlooking the Farm River in Northford, which is beautiful. We have ducks, geese, birds, nature kind of thing. This room here is more like a relaxing, kind of reflecting room where people can sit down and relax, take some time for themselves. And the yoga or the Krav Maga room, which is, I know you're very familiar with that.
I am familiar with that.
So this one here, we train people physically and also emotionally and to get better. And this is the classroom. As you know, like if you want to learn something, you have to go to school for it. And we teach them how to deal with everyday life's challenges.
All right, so let's talk about some of the non-traditional programs that you offer.
Well, first of all, the traditional, they use the same kind of technique over and over and over, and they use the same kind of, I'm not going to say names, but they use different kind of steps that doesn't work for them, and the rate are really low, like less than 5%. The non-traditional, basically, you have to focus on not just physical part of the addiction or physical recovery. We talk about emotional and mental, and as well spiritual. So the non-traditional is also focused on how you feel with yourself with that addiction or whatever success you're looking for. It could be anything, any kind of success. So when people look at me and say, I have a problem with the addiction, well, the addiction is not the problem. You are the problem.
Something inside, sure.
It's something inside, and you are the solution for that problem.
All right. Now, are these programs outpatient or
can be
stay
both?
there?
No, we don't have a place for them to stay, but we have sober living for them to stay there, or they can stay with their family, loved one, whatever. So they stay with us 5 days a week, 9 to 3. So they're like going to school, going to college.
All right, Shannon, I want to bring you into the conversation. Tell me why you found Missing Link.
I actually found it through my mother. I was just struggling. I recently moved from Massachusetts and came back to town to be with family and stuff. It's just, my life has been pretty much roller coaster, and I really didn't know where to turn next. And my mom recommendedly, it came from left field pretty much. And at first I was dreading it, because I'm like, oh God, another therapist.
So you've been to other recovery programs?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I've been to like 1,000 therapists, other programs, I've tried it all pretty much, but they're all basically the same thing. So I was like, oh my God, here we go again.
Well, what made this different?
Immediately the phone call I had with him was what made it different. We immediately grew rapport. He knows how to call people out, how to kind of flip-flop your mind state, and I was down and out when I talked to him, and I just decided, let's give it a shot or just get this over with.
When did you start treatment?
About 4 weeks ago.
Oh, so this is fairly new, and you're already feeling better? You're seeing results?
Absolutely.
What clicked, would you say, with these programs?
Because everything else I've been told, there's always a reason behind why I have problems, but never any of it was me. It was because I have a disease or something happened to me when I was a kid or just all these unrealistic things. So it gave me the ability to blame it on everything else and to
Sure.
allow me to keep being me, which obviously, left to my own devices, I'm a mess.
Sure.
So,
Now, Eli, I want to ask you, what type of things do you focus on when a client comes? Like, what would be the first step?
Very good question, T. What I do focus on first is like to have a rapport with them, number one. And I focus on their commitment to change. We call
You really
leverage.
have to want to do it, right?
Absolutely. I mean, come on. We all know it's like if there's no leverage, if there's no wanting to change, I can be the best therapist, the best life coach. It's not going to work. So you have to really convince me I want to change. And when I talked to her on the phone, the funny story is like, I was mentioning like, you know, how you feel. She's like depressed. I'm like, how many hours a day? It's like 24/7. And then she started laughing. I said, that doesn't sound depressed to me. She laughed more.
Sure.
And then at the end of the conversation, we laugh about it. We tell the joke. It's like, I said, fine, I want to ask you one more thing before I leave. And she was like focused on like almost writing notes. I said, go back to your depression.
Okay.
And she started laughing. I said, what do you mean? Go back to your depression. You told me you've been
Kind
depressed.
of laughing now, too.
I know. I said, go back to your depression and then go with that.
Now, Lee, you also offer a money-back guarantee, which is fantastic. And you mentioned no one's really cashed in on it either.
No, I mean, money back guarantee is like, to me, is like, that's how confident I am in my program. No one will do it. Because what I do is like, I tell people, come one day. That's all. Give us a try for one day. If after that, one day, you're not 180 degrees, completely turn around your life.
In just one day.
Just one day.
That's great. Now, let me just ask you, how important is private funding and donations for the program?
Very important. As you know, we're a foundation. We're trying to get scholarship money. We're trying to fix the place. Our place is a historic place. So we're trying to fix it and maintain that you know, beautiful facility. We need money to somebody who's like, who has money like in their life, they have someone who has addiction, would like to reach out for these people, big companies, someone to help us, reaching out for someone who can afford our service. Although we're very affordable, but we still need people. People don't have a lot of money. It's a tough time.
Sure.
And their kids, they probably spend all their money they can on other rehab places.
Sure.
Didn't work out. So if we can get money support from different people, we can have scholarship
Start
program.
making differences. All right.
Exactly.
Let's put the information up on the screen. The Missing Link Foundation Incorporated is located at 1565 Middletown Ave in Northford. You can call 203-208-1927 or visit themissinglinkfoundation.com. Eli Shen, thank you so much for being here and sharing your story.
Thank you.